Thanks, Danny. All right, good evening, everybody. Before we announce the High Point Awards, can we have another huge round of applause for all of our teen dancers on stage and our teachers, studio owners, and choreographers as well. Great job, everybody. So I'll be starting with our High Point and our teen division. Highest scoring teen groups for our small groups, and here we go, starting in 5th place High Point. 5th place High Point teen group. That award goes to Smile from Canadian Dance Company. And we have a 4-way tie for 4th place High Point, and our first routine in 4th. Give it up for On This Side of Chaos from Project 21. 4th place High Point teen group also goes to Melee from Stars Dance Studio. 4th place High Point will also go to Is This Seat Taken from Vlad's Dance Company. And rounding out 4th place High Point for our teen groups, that's gonna go to Heaven Is Here from Evolved Dance Complex. And that takes us to our top 3. So starting in 3rd place High Point for our teen groups and a $50 cash prize, that's gonna go to Right Here As Well, I'll Meet You from Vlad's Dance Company. 2nd place High Point teen group, that award goes to, and a $100 cash prize, My Apocalypse from Stars Dance Studio. Which means your highest scoring teen group in 1st, and a $200 cash prize goes to Carried by the Sound from the 9 Dance Academy. Those are your top 5 teen groups. All right, moving on to Performance Division Awards. We're gonna start with the highest scoring teen small group ballet, starting at 2nd place High Point with a $100 voucher. That award goes to The Royal Mile from Dance Spectrum. Highest scoring teen small group ballet with a $200 voucher going to Beyond the Bar from Westchester Dance Academy. Moving on to our top 5 teen contemporary. 5th place High Point teen small group contemporary goes to Between Time from Jean Lee Academy of Dance. 2 routines in 4th. Our first routine in 4th is Subject to Liminal Space from Performing Dance Arts. 4th place High Point will also go to Dissolve Space from Evolved Dance Complex. And for your top 3, we have 3 routines in 3rd place High Point. 3rd place High Point receives a $50 voucher. That goes to On This Side of Chaos from Project 21. 3rd place High Point also goes to Melee from Stars Dance Studio. And 3rd place High Point also goes to Heaven Is Here from Evolved Dance Complex. 2nd place High Point teen small group contemporary. That award goes to Right Here's Where I'll Meet You from Vlad's Dance Company. And your highest scoring teen small group in 1st, that award goes to Carried by the Sound from the 9 Dance Academy. For teen small groups, teen small group hip hop, we have a top 3. 3rd place High Point, teen small group hip hop, that award goes to So Gone from No Boundaries Dance Company. 2nd place High Point goes to Team from Studio Nova Dance. And your highest scoring teen small group hip hop in 1st goes to New Flame from Charlotte Performing Arts Academy. Those are your top 3 hip hop. All right, moving on to our jazz. Top 5, 5th place High Point, teen small group jazz goes to Come Fly With Me from Echo de Dance Louise. 4th place High Point award goes to Why Don't You Do Right from G-Force Dance Company. And for your top 3, 3rd place High Point jazz goes to 100% Pure Love from Charlotte Performing Arts Academy. 2nd place High Point jazz, Give It Up for Jumpin' from the Southern Strut. Which means your highest scoring teen small group jazz in 1st goes to Express Yourself from Spotlight Dance Studio. And those are your top 5 jazz routines. All right, top 5, lyrical in 5th place High Point. That's gonna go to In the Kitchen from Studio 412. 4th place High Point lyrical. That award goes to Cellophane from the True Dance and Company. Top 3, 3rd place High Point lyrical goes to Between These Hands from True Dance and Company. And we have 2 routines in 2nd place High Point. Our first routine in 2nd is Repeat Until Lost from Westchester Dance Academy. 2nd place High Point lyrical also goes to I Dreamed a Dream from Rockstar Academy of Dance. And your highest scoring lyrical in 1st, Give It Up for My Apocalypse from Stars Dance Studio. All right, moving on to musical theater. Starting in 4th place High Point, that award goes to Business of Love from Inspiration Dance Academy. 3rd place High Point musical theater goes to Oklahoma from the Studio Project. And we have 2 routines in second place High Point. Our first routine in second is the Jitters from the Vision Dance Alliance. Second place High Point award also goes to Hey Pachuco from Artistic Edge Dance Center. And your highest scoring musical theater routine in first goes to Smile from Canadian Dance Company. All right, moving on to specialty top 5. Fifth place High Point. Specialty routine goes to Not With a Bang But a Whimper from École de Danse Louise. Fourth place High Point goes to Beauty from Evolve Dance Complex. And for our top 3, third place High Point goes to Guess Who's Back from Evolve Dance Complex. Second place High Point specialty goes to Take 10 from Elite Dance Works. And your highest scoring specialty routine in first goes to Is This Seat Taken from Vlad's Dance Company. All right, moving on to tap. Starting in fifth place High Point goes to Castaway from École de Danse Louise. Fourth place High Point goes to Bites the Dust from West Florida Dance Company. Third place High Point tap goes to Skate from Legacy Center for the Arts. Second place High Point goes to Break My Soul from North Point Dance Academy. And we have 2 routines in first place High Point. For tap in first place, give it up for The Face I Love from Woodbury Dance Center. And also high scoring tap going to Denim Jacket from the Southern Strut. And we're gonna wrap it up with our acro category in first place High Point. That award goes to Villains from My Place. All right, it's time to announce the top 5 routines that will be recompeting in our closing show. These are our nominees, and in no particular order, we do have 5. Up first, recompeting in our closing show, our first nominee. Best Performance Teen Division Small Group goes to On This Side of Chaos from Project 21. Also, a nominee from Evoke Dance Complex, Heaven is Here. Excuse me, Evolve Dance Complex, sorry guys. And our next routine competing in the show is Right Here Is Where I'll Meet You from Vlad's Dance Company. Also competing in the closing show is My Apocalypse from Stars Dance Studio. And rounding out, our 5th nominee, recompeting in the closing show, goes to Carried by the Sound from the 9 Dance Academy, and that is a wrap for our teen small groups here in stage 2. Give it up one more time for all of our teen dancers. Great job. Everyone have a great night. We will see you in the morning.
Tells me to stop.